She was last seen playing with friends, and now April Jones' parents are going through every family's worst nightmare, the police have said. Following this afternoon's arrest, detectives say they're hopeful the man will be able to help them find the little girl. Our Home Affairs correspondent Andy Davis spent the day in Machynlleth.
She is just 5 years old, taken from the streets where she was playing in front of a friend and just a few hundred yards from her home and family. This little girl, April Jones, is now the subject of a nationwide police investigation, one which 2 hours ago brought news of an arrest.
Within the last hour, we have arrested a 46-year-old male from the Machynlleth area who is being detained at Aberystwyth Police Station. We made the arrest just outside Machynlleth, and we are hopeful that this individual will assist us in locating April, who is still missing.
He was arrested walking along the road 2 miles outside April's hometown of Machynlleth, said the police. He is a local man, they said, who has a vehicle similar to the one apparently involved in the 5-year-old's abduction. April is from Machynlleth in mid-Wales. She was last seen playing near her home on the Brynagog estate about 24 hours ago. Another child, said the police, saw her getting into the driver's side of a light-coloured van or similar vehicle, which then drove off. Within the hour, news of her disappearance had spread rapidly on Facebook. On the Brynagog estate, which lies on the outskirts of the town, the police searched homes, while residents began to mobilise. Some set up their own search parties. Others drove off into neighbouring hills to check forest trails and lanes. And by early morning, they were handing out leaflets with April's image on them.
Thank you, pop it in the window, thanks.
Mass-produced by a local printing press overnight.
Just to update you, we're going to get everybody out searching in the next few minutes.
This is a small market town with a population of just over 2,000. But hundreds turned up this morning to help, including many from other parts of the county.
We've come from Dolgellau. We're hoping to look, well, wherever they need us to. If anything happened to Josh, I'd want everybody out looking for him. So.
But we're local. We live in Furness at the top of Artis Valley. It's a very rural, isolated community. And it exploded on Facebook last night at about 8:30. So I spent the night sharing with all my networks, and people I know were out until about 5 o'clock this morning on a coordinated search.
They queued outside the leisure centre and then, once instructed, split up in an attempt to cover this vast mountainous area which lies just south of the Snowdonia National Park. As Dyfed-Powys police brought in outside forces, including Scotland Yard, to help in the investigation, there was little sign of activity at April's family home. She was always seen on her pink bike, said one neighbour. A few hundred yards away, at April's primary school, we met Judy Price collecting her grandchildren. Their mother was out searching, she said. What do you think of what's happened?
It's terrible. I can't imagine what her parents are going through. It must be awful for them. They're not knowing, isn't it? So I feel very sorry for them. You know? If it was one of mine, I would know, you know, my grandchildren, I would know what to do. You know? It's awful.
This is a small estate with just a few hundred houses in a small town in rural mid-Wales. Now increasingly desperate to find the little girl who yesterday evening ventured just a few hundred yards from her home to play with her friends.
Well, the search for April Jones has involved hundreds of volunteers from as far afield as the Midlands and Manchester. But the vast area people have been searching is rural and remote. Kieran Jenkins spent the day with one of the search parties.
20 per sheet, please. So if you can...
There are hundreds of volunteers here, desperate to help. Some have not slept since April went missing. Are you itching to get out again?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we just want to do what we can.
How long will you stay?
I was here till 3 o'clock this morning and came back this morning about 10:30, and we'll stay till as long as it takes tonight until they call it off again.
Pete Taylor, Christine Bridgeford.
There are few people at work in Machynlleth today. In groups of 20, they go out looking for April, looking for clues, and searching against the odds through the miles of countryside that surround this town. Determined locals and specialist rescue teams side by side.
We will find her. She's got to be around here somewhere. She's got to be. She's got to be. We will search and we'll go miles. We will travel miles to find her.
We don't think it's anything. But we thought we'd better tell her.
This team's search is halted as it comes across an item of children's clothing. Every single discovery is fed back into the police investigation.
Thanks, guys. Well spotted.
We've walked it all the way up now, the river, and the rest of the
Those
team
who
have
know the
carried on
area
going
best
and doing
are leading the hunt.
around.
Peter Lewis is the river bailiff and works this patch every day.
It's massive. It's a huge area. You know, I covered about 200 odd miles last night, and I covered it again this morning. And it's just all forestry and mountains and roads and tracks everywhere, and it would be impossible, really.
But they're not giving up. Shopkeeper Vicky Law won't let cars cross this bridge unless they have one of her posters.
Trying to make sure that everybody is aware that little April is missing, because she's 5 and it's just heartbreaking for everybody. It's just, somebody must know something, so this is all that we can do to just try and get the word about, and hopefully somebody somewhere will see that she needs to go home.
Once I've been gone out with a team leader, I need every name down on that piece of paper.
Tonight, some volunteers are heading out for the 3rd time. Others have made the journey from hundreds of miles away.
So I'll be here as long as it takes, you know, and help out as much as I can.
Where are you going to sleep?
In the car if I have to, but fingers crossed we'll find her before it comes to that. That's what we're all hoping.
Nobody here is talking about going home. If anything, they're growing in numbers as the search goes on.